We got a double header coming up in the Indian Premier League on Wednesday. Is Punjab, which is going to lock Punjab Kings, going to lock horns with Sunrisers Hyderabad. That match is at Chennai, and then there is KKR, which will play Chennai Super Kings at the 1K day. This is the second match on Wednesday. The first match, of course, is with between Punjab Kings and Sunrisers Hyderabad. Now let's look at the first match first. Punjab versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. This will be the Punjab's first game at this venue, so something new, and which means you have to adapt and adjust quickly enough. Apart from the fact that Punjab have been in a bit of a bother, even while making big scores, they've been struggling to protect those scores. So a new venue, quick adjustment, quick adaptability is needed. Sunrisers Hyderabad are going to be playing their fourth match at this centre. So and they haven't won a match as yet. So while they have got familiar with the ground, the pitches, the environment, it's not helped them at all. So far, matches here have been largely moderate. The scores have been largely moderate, and with spinners playing a big role. We've also seen wickets falling in a heap after the 12th, 13th, 14th over. Chasing has become tricky. Totals of 150, 148 have been defended. Of course, you need the bowlers to defend it. And therefore, the team or the captain who wins the toss prefers to chase rather than to bat first, not chase. That's the trend which it changed in the first week itself. Head to head between these two teams played 11 matches won by Sunrisers Hyderabad. Now this is an interesting statistic because the skew is so heavily favoured in Sunrisers Hyderabad, which has actually got no win this season. PBKS have won 5 matches. There's been no tie, so certainly these stats or past record favors Sunrisers Hyderabad. But as I mentioned, they have a lot of catching up to do. This season, they have so far drawn a blank. Both teams are obviously looking. Sunrisers Hyderabad more than Punjab Kings are looking desperately for a win. Of course, both teams are looking for a win because points matter, and this is the time when you start getting points, accumulating points on the table. Then it's of huge help towards the second half of the tournament. In case if there's a dip, also there's a slump, even if temporarily, you've got the buffer behind you. The bowling for Sunrisers Hyderabad has been good, but the middle order woes for them continue. So the batting is very dependent on Warner and Bairstow. Manish Pandey not being able to pull his weight. He gets to the starts, but not being able to take them to victory. The middle order has been the bother for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Bowling has been quite good. Rashid Khan is mesmeric as always. The others have bowled quite well. And then, of course, the big challenge for the think tank of Sunrisers Hyderabad, big challenge, big bother, big dilemma is how do you accommodate players like Kane Williamson or Jason Roy, who are also white ball specialists, because you've got Jason Holder playing or Mohammad Nabi, and that's really been it's a big dilemma for Sunrisers Hyderabad on how to juggle their foreign players. Will Kedar Jadhav be included this time to strengthen the middle order? It could be. So they've depended on Manish Pandey, Abdul Samad, Vijay Shankar. It's not helped them too much to win matches. Will Kedar Jadhav be there? Who knows? And he can also bowl a bit, so that's an advantage. Vijay Shankar, I think, will be retaining his place because he's picked up wickets in the last match. Also looked good with the bat briefly, but he looked good. Mujib and Rashid were very good. The one disappointment in the bowling attack has been Bhuvaneshwar. Unlike some of the other fast bowlers on the circuit, including newcomers, he's not been able to get the early wickets or protect runs in the second half when he's defending. In the death overs. Punjab have suffered back-to-back losses, so they have to regain momentum. They won the first game, but first game also, remember, 221, they almost lost it to Sanjay Samson's brilliance. They managed to win by 4 runs. If that last shot by Samson had gone for the 6, they would have lost that match too. So Punjab is having a problem. They're running up big scores, 221, 195, and then struggling to defend it. In the second match, of course, they were bamboozled by Deepak Chahar's late swing, and at one stage 26 for 5, just about got to 100 and just about a little beyond 100. Obviously, they couldn't defend it, and the next match they couldn't defend 196 against Delhi. So the bowling still looks wayward. Mohammad Shami came in for a lot of punishment in the earlier match. He needs to recover his composure quickly. Jai Richardson and Meredith, 2 stars in the BBL, still to settle down. I'm a little worried why they are not playing either Moses Henriques or Chris Jordan, both of whom have got rich experience of Indian conditions and the IPL. And then, of course, why has Ravi Bishnoi not been played so far is a big question. Now, in the batting, David Malan could be preferred over Nicholas Puran. Puran hasn't really hit his straps as yet, but so Punjab have problems even in the batting, because you take away Rahul and Mayank Agarwal and Deepak Hooda in one match, it's a bit of an issue for them. They're very dependent on 2 batsmen, so they need to find others who can deliver the goods for them. Top picks: Punjab, KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, Shah Rukh Khan, and Mohammad Shami I'll pick, because I think he knows Indian conditions well, and he's a class bowler. For Sunrisers Hyderabad, David Warner, Johnny Bairstow, without doubt Rashid Khan and Vijay Shankar. Now we've got the second match, which is KKR versus CSK. Contrasting journey for both these teams. CSK have lost the first game but have won the next 2, while KKR won the first and have lost the next 2. So KKR will look to take this momentum further, increase the intensity of their performances and the margins of their victories, while KKR will be hoping for a quick turnaround. It's not happened for them, because and in fact some of the matches, or one of the matches that they lost was quite a disaster, because they were coasting for a win when they lost, and inexplicable. Wankhede is going to be the venue for this match. CSK are playing their 4th game of the season at this venue, so obviously they know the ground and the conditions very well. KKR are playing their first match at this venue, so they, like I mentioned about Punjab, they have to do some quick adaptation to adapt to the circumstances. Will there be any changes in the KKR team? I don't know what can be the changes. So Sunil Narayan for Saqib seems an obvious choice, but will it happen? Because Saqib hasn't done too badly. Sunil Narayan, the management seems to not favour him right now, at least at this stage of the tournament. I think the big question has been about the form of Andre Russell and Ian Morgan. Russell may have picked up 5 wickets in one match, but his batting hasn't looked as explosive, and that's really his calling card in the IPL. Neither is Ian Morgan. Both of them, big, strong finishers, established players, have just not been able to get going. Very dependent on Nitish Rana, Rahul Tripathi, Shubman Gill. I mean, all these guys have looked in good form, but they haven't delivered enough scores, and that's been KKR's problem. That they have in Cummins, Varun Chakravarti, Prasidha Krishna, Saqib, very good bowling attack, but they're just not getting those big enough totals to win. Let's look at the head-to-head record of these two teams. Matches played 25. CSK have won 15, KKR 9. So again, a huge skew in favour of CSK. About the playing 11, CSK, question is whether Rituraj Gaikwad will be retained. He's not done much at all in the matches that he's played so far. In fact, he looked completely off colour. So this might be a good chance or a good opportunity for them to blood Robin Uthappa in the tournament. Robin Uthappa, remember, is now with CSK this season. Moeen Ali has been a fantastic addition, batting and bowling, holding the number 3 position, sparkling form with the bat. Came in the previous match, picked up 3 wickets for 7 runs. And he's a canny bowler. He's a seasoned campaigner. Batting depth also coming through for CSK. Runs for Raina, Faf du Plessis, Moeen Ali, as I mentioned, Sam Curran, Jadeja. Dhoni looked rusty but made 18 in the previous match. I thought he captained quite superbly in that game, the way he handled the spinner especially. So CSK's batting depth coming through, which is very important for them in the UAE last year. That was their biggest problem. And the bowling, of course, is also looking good, because Dwayne Bravo, Chahar, Moeen Ali, even Jadeja, they've been bowling quite, with wicket taking propensity, as well as not giving away too many runs. And fielding, I need hardly add. Ravindra Jadeja has been quite sensational. On the other hand, KKR seem to be doing things right, but in patches, in chunks, not over a whole period of a match or an innings, whether batting or bowling. And therefore, they end up losing the momentum and then finally the match. Spinners have been brilliant in the power play, but fast bowlers haven't really been able to tackle the batsmen. We saw that especially against RCB. And I've already mentioned Narayan, Russell not making good the opportunities got with the bat. Will Narayan be preferred to Russell? It could be, it's possible. McCullum has hinted accordingly. So we'll have to wait and see. And middle order is something that KKR is looking for, to get more out of the middle order than they have. As I mentioned, Ian Morgan himself, Dinesh Karthik, they really need to stand up and be counted. Top picks for this match, for KKR, I would say it's Nitish Rana, Shubman Gill, Varun Chakravarti and Pat Cummins for me. And for CSK, it'll be Moeen Ali, Sam Curran, Suresh Raina and Ravindra Jadeja.